via tarot and other oracles. Um, Today, the question will be focusing on an age-old mystery that has puzzled archaeologists, and there's lots of theories out and everything. But we're just going to take our little system here called the tarot and peer a little bit into and see what vibes and see what tarot picks up on as far as the answers to this mystery. The mystery, which is mystery number 9 on our Facebook group page, is who built Stonehenge and why? Who built Stonehenge and why? So I have a spread here of my own making. We'll go ahead and get started, okay? So we have on the physical, we'll go ahead and get shuffled. How about that? We'll start there. Who built Stonehenge and why? Who built Stonehenge and why? This is one I'm really curious about. Who built Stonehenge and why? Who? Okay, I think we got enough shuffling there. We'll start off with the physical. Okay. Let's move it out a little bit. Okay. And we have mental. Okay. So for physical, we have 5 of Wands, Temperance reversed, and 5 of Pentacles reversed. Okay. And then on the physical, we have 4 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles reversed, and the Hanged Man. On the spiritual, we have 3 of Cups reversed, Ace of Cups, and Knight of Swords. And then for the clarification cards, kind of bring it all in, 7 of Wands reversed, 9 of Wands, and Death card. So let's get started. We'll start here on the physical, okay? Why was Stonehenge built and why? Who built Stonehenge and why? I apologize. Okay, so we have here 5 of Wands. I think that this was a very ambitious project, okay? This was someone's very ambitious project, and it was based on a competitive impulse. So I believe, which is based on this card, that there were warring tribes, or there were competing tribes. And this particular tribe that built Stonehenge, this was their way of trying to say, we're better than you. This is kind of, or it could be a card of just that it was a really big struggle getting that Stonehenge built. I mean, by all by all accounts, I apologize. It was a real feat getting those rocks together. They're like weigh tons, and even people today wonder how it was dragged all the way out there and built. But looks like there was a lot of effort put into this project, okay? Or it was a competitive kind of thing. Let's move on and see what the other cards say and what they clarify as we go. So we've got the Temperance reversed card, okay? So this is on the physical, and definitely. So I see here, I think something in this card that reinforces this first card here. And it's basically saying that they got in over their heads a little bit with this project. I almost sensed that it wasn't finished. It's weird. That's kind of what I'm picking up. Is it was a lot of effort for these people, and it was based on. It wasn't something that was well. I don't want to say it wasn't well thought out, but I think that they were just trying too hard. With this, they were trying too hard, and I see with this Temperance reversed card. I see some instability, and honestly just more competition. A lack of cooperation was what gave rise to Stonehenge, okay? So there may be some political factors at play there. Okay, so this card, I've done this reading before about Stonehenge. This is a recurring card, Five of Pentacles reversed, and a lot of fives reversed is a recurring theme in this with the Stonehenge issue, and to me that just means, you know, fives reversed is, you know, lack typically, or disturbance, you know, especially when it's reversed, and you know that's not a good sign. I also see that this tribe, whoever they were, okay, they went through a flourishing period. They did, and where they were just, they really did really well. They were a civilization that arose, kind of like today, you know, and they fell. Okay, they rose and fell, and they didn't put away for you know, a rainy day. They just, as soon as things got better, they kind of started overextending themselves pretty quickly. So there's a lot of ambition here. Too ambitious, too ambitious. So Stonehenge was built by an over-ambitious clan or tribe, okay? Moving right along, this is the mental. So we got here Four of Cups, okay? Okay, so here's Four of Cups. Now with the Four of Cups, right away, what I'm seeing here is, mentally speaking, you know, there's a dissatisfaction with, you know, here from the people, whoever it is. They were not maybe happy with Stonehenge when it was built. Or it could be that they were kind of a people that were ungrateful and kind of like, you know, I don't pick up very good energy with this whole Stonehenge thing, honestly. Like the people who built it were sort of immature and a little petulant, you know. But the bottom line is, I don't think they were satisfied with the Stonehenge after it was built. We have here Seven of Pentacles reversed. They built Stonehenge, okay, hoping, in the hopes that something would happen. It was obviously an investment of some kind during a time when they were not strong, okay? So they over-invested it and it failed. It failed because no one went to it. No one, it was left alone. It was sort of abandoned, okay? I won't say abandoned, but it stood alone for a time. It was not... they hope to invest in Stonehenge and cause people to come to Stonehenge. And, you know, I see here a lack of interest and dissatisfaction in Stonehenge. Okay? And it's very interesting. It almost sounds like a wasted expenditure. Someone had just, it was some plan that, you know, it wasn't the best idea. Okay, so on the spiritual, we have here Three of Cups reversed. Okay. I see here a society that they were not getting along. There was a lot of mistrust and a lot of deception, and, you know, it was like drama, as they would say, okay? Just political drama, and people that were not happy. You know, these people were not happy. They could have been a family together, working together peacefully and happily, but there were factors at play that prevented them from, which is mainly themselves. But there were factors, things that arose that caused them to distrust each other, and they were just not a cohesive people, these people, okay? They were not at peace with each other. Okay, so spiritually here we have Ace of Cups. Okay, so now with Ace of Cups, I see here there was also love for their country, their family, you know? I see love all around. I see that they were they were into their families, they were into their community. They had heart. They had heart. There were some disagreements and icky stuff going on, but they had heart and they loved each other. They loved their people. You know, and it could also be, honestly, you know, now that I'm looking at it, in light of these two cards, this is Knight of Swords, I see a battle here. I see someone starting something. They're just basically, someone just said, screw this, I hate you people. And they just came lunging at them and, you know, cut them with a sword. So bottom line here, I see here that this society fell apart because they stopped trusting each other. Factions arose and they sort of separated, and there was distrust there. So it undermined their Stonehenge project, okay? And then this is a lack of love. This is over expression of intense emotion. This card, it's not love like I thought, especially in reference to these two cards. It's basically, it can be anger. It can be just a cathartic moment saying, you know what, screw this, screw you people, I'm mad, this is it, this is the last straw. It's a cathartic, angry moment which follows with the war or battle, okay? Which led to maybe the demise or the downfall of those people. Okay, so anyways, for clarification cards here, we have at the bottom, let's move these up a little bit. So we can see the clarification cards. Okay, so we have here Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, bottom line, that project it was more than they could handle. Absolutely. They were overwhelmed. It was more than they could handle. They tried, they bit off more than they could chew, basically, okay? Here again, they tried to hang in there. They tried to keep it going, but it was a huge effort that really took a lot out of them to build that Stonehenge. And even then, it still wasn't a success, but then again, here, death, it didn't make it. Their effort failed, and there were sweeping changes that were coming through that were going to change their society and change their world. And Stonehenge never was. They built it, but it never became what they wanted it to be. They were a great society. I get the feeling that, they were very smart people, okay? But they let immature things come into play, like being over competitive, wanting to be the best. Almost like they were really smart people, but then it got to their head and they started wanting to outdo, their rivaling nations or whatnot, and they overinvested and the project failed, and they overspent during a time when they should have been conserving, and there was mistrust, and it's very interesting, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, it just didn't work out, bottom line, as you can see. Death card didn't work out. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle very quickly and do just a real quick spread, 3-card spread, wanting to understand why it was built. Okay, again, just to why did the people who built Stonehenge build it? What was the purpose of Stonehenge? What was Stonehenge's purpose? What was the purpose of Stonehenge getting built? 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 Okay, so 3-card spread, basic, boom, boom, boom. Okay, and then we're out of here. Okay, so we got here 9 of Cups reversed. These people were just overreaching. They were greedy. They just wanted more, 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 more. They were doing great, but they were sort of wanting to get more out of things than they were already getting, even though they were doing fantastically well. This is the card of someone who's doing really well, but this is the card of someone who's doing really well, but now they're overindulging. This is excess. Okay? The reason they built this this temple, for what purpose, is that they were going through a period of good times there, and they were wanting a place where they could, go and, be creative. The Lover's card is a card of complete openness. They wanted to go there and worship, I think, because this is a card of openness. And you can see there's a deity, an angel at the very top. Okay, I could be wrong, but I believe that's Angel Raphael. Okay, and these people are here opening up their hearts to this angel. Okay, and Ace of Wands. This is a card of lethargy. They just lost drive in it. They lost interest. Okay, So that concludes the reading. So they were overindulging, they wanted to worship, and they lost interest. Thank you for listening.